Viper, out of all the agents, she's my favorite. And for more than one reason, if you know what I mean. But jokes aside, she has, in my opinion, one of, if not the most interesting and darkest backstory out of all the agents. As soon as you load into a game with Viper, you get hit with a very creepy line. Heck, it might even give you shivers if you're a scary kid like me. And the more you play with Viper, the more you start to wonder, what happened to her? Why is she so fixated on getting revenge? Why is she so goddamn... Well, that is what I'm going to try to answer. Keyword try. So let's get into it. The American Chemist. Viper deploys an array of poisonous chemical devices to control the battlefield and cripple enemy vision. And if the toxins don't kill her prey, her mind games surely will. And I definitely did not have a good way to transition, so I used Viper's description. Anyways, Viper's real name is Savine. We know this because in Omen and Viper's voice lines, they refer to Viper as Savine. She's also one of the founding members of the Valorant protocol, but that is not what you're here for. You're here for the juicy thing, and I'm not talking about Viper. You're here for Viper's dark past. So, we know something extremely bad happened to Viper in the past, because sometimes she says,
"Let's take from them what they took from me. Everything."
But what happened to her? Can you just hurry the fuck up? You've been rambling. Come on, I'm about to get into it. But who took everything from her? Well, when I was in my kitchen thinking about the same thing, I got the idea, what if Viper's voice lines were specific to which side she was on? If so, this would explain a lot, because if the line,
"Let's take from them what they took from me. Everything,"
only happened on the attacker side, then that would mean that Kingdom were the ones that took everything from her. And this checks out because we know Viper used to work for Kingdom, and she also says,
"You wanted a villain? I gave you a villain."
This could mean, since Viper has a very sadistic personality and is incredibly smart, she was probably hated by her peers. And since Kingdom was getting a lot of backlash from all the lies it's been telling the world, Viper also says,
"The lies we've told this city. Just to pry it open and suck it dry."
And taking all the Radiantite from the world, Kingdom needed a scapegoat. And since Viper has a very sadistic personality and she was incredibly smart, she was the perfect person to throw under the bus. Hence the line,
"Let's take from them what they took from me. Everything."
Kingdom took away all her countless years of research, and since she was now hated by the world, she had nowhere to go. And here is where Brimstone comes in, since he is the other founding member of Valorant. Brimstone also worked for Kingdom. He probably figured out what happened to Viper, so they teamed up and created Valorant to stop Kingdom from taking over the world. And boom! We arrive at the current time. Well, kinda. Now this, at least for me, is a satisfying conclusion. But this is all banking on one thing, that Viper's voice lines were specific to a side. So I went in the files to check this. So I did not see anything to back this. So I went into the game and I spent an entire day insta-locking Viper and recording what she said on each side. Some of these voice lines were said on both sides, but they weren't the important ones. I was happy. I found a satisfying conclusion. Or so I thought. To double check, I asked someone who knows a lot, and I mean a lot, about the Valorant lore and game. Constant Valorant. He basically said if it's not in the files, then the lines can play on either side. I didn't believe it. So I went again into the game to check. I load up into a game, and the first thing that Viper says on the defending side is,
"Let's take from them what they took from me. Everything."
My satisfying conclusion. All in shambles. Everything was hanging on the fact that that specific voice line, that one specific voice line only played on the attacker's side. But she said it on the defender's side. Now, I don't know what to think anymore. Is the world really flat? Am I ever gonna get out of iron? Is Viper still thick? Well, that's an easy one. Okay, I know this video doesn't really give an actual conclusion to Viper's lore, but Valorant is still a really new game. To be honest, a lot of the lore is very incomplete. Almost as incomplete as Cyber 2077. So I'm really sorry if like some of these things seem like very far-fetched. If you did enjoy and want to see me make another lore video about an agent, let me know in the comment section down below. But anyways, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!
お前はもう